International Conference on Primary Health and Global Healthcare for choosing me as the moderator, as well as giving me chance to present my presentation on this conference. So thank you so much. So I'm basically from Forensic Science Department. So I am doing PhD in Forensic Sciences. Basically, it has been submitted. So my research area is forensic medicine and toxicology. So in forensic medicine, now I'm going to present my presentation on the topic post-mortem changes. What are the changes that can be seen after death? So post-mortem changes after death follows three passages, basically immediate changes, early changes, late changes. So in immediate changes, there are few features that can be seen in the body. So the few points were mentioned over here that include permanent cessation of brain functions, means the brain nerves or brain's permanent cessation takes place, or complete. Next is, so it is basically, we can say that there are basically three sub features were there in which the immediate changes that took place after the person dies. So permanent cessation of brain functions can be seen, then complete cessation of circulatory functions can be seen. Then we can see entire and permanent cessation of respiratory system, means first is brain dies, then circulation dies, then respiration function completely dies. Then in permanent changes of brain functions, we can see loss of sensation, touch, pain, and temperature. Temperature basically falls down. Touch and pain cessation basically include the loss of reflection actions can be seen. The loss of total EEG, or you can say rhythm cycle, is dead. The confirmation of brain stem death means basically the brain cells or brain functions found to be dead. Then in the brain stem death, the person may be seen at least like after 6 hours. We can say that the patient completely there is decerebrate. Postures can be seen, means relaxation of the body, relaxation of the brain muscles can be seen. The reflex actions of our brain is properly dead. So next. There are some features that can be seen in the brain stem that then takes place. People's basically mainly the pupils dilated, pupils takes place, corneal reflexes cannot be seen, then absence of ocular cerebralic reflex, absence of vestibular ocular reflexes, no motor responses, gag reflexes, respiratory movements can be seen after the disconnection of ventilators, means basically if you can say that the person is on ventilator and completely dies, there were no responses can be seen on the machine as well as after the person dies. So complete circulation in the circulatory functions. What are the tests that can be performed after the circulation system is completely dead? So there are few tests that can be seen, which is done like Magnus test, fingernail test. Basically, these are the tests that can be done just to completely ensure ourselves that yes, person has died and there is no chances of the person to can be seen as he can alive. There is some issue actually because my laptop is very old, so it takes time. Yeah. So suspended animation. Suspended animation, what is suspended animation? Basically, it is a condition in our vital organs found to be dead while clinical examination. So the suspended animation basically takes place from few seconds to few minutes, where we can see the suspended animation in few cases only. Drowning sections, where drowning takes place, electrocutions or heat strokes or typhoid or fever, where the vital functions mainly go to that level, or you can say at the lowest level during examination, which can be found. What are the early changes that can be seen when person dies? So changes in the eye, changes in the skin, cooling of the body, post-mortem lividity, rigor mortis can be seen. Changes in the eye, mainly the pupils and cornea sections, the dilated, or you can say that there are some kind of lining that can be seen in the eye sections. Basically, it is a railway line crossing where small petechial hemorrhages or small kind of blood droplets can be seen. And inside the eye, we can see the the debris which gets accumulated inside our eye. The changes in the skin can be seen. Changes in the skin means the skin color basically gets numb, pallor mortis takes place, numbness of the skin as well as yellowing of the skin can be seen. Cooling of the body, our body cools down, that is called as algor mortis, where the temperature of the body falls to very lower extreme. Postmortem lividity. The postmortem lividity or hypostasis is a condition where basically our body changes color when it is in the contact of the gravity. Rigor mortis or cadaveric rigidity. Rigor mortis is basically the stiffening of the body takes place due to the ATP level falls to or lower level of 30. So which I have mentioned earlier only, corneal changes can be seen, clear glistening of the eye can be seen, dirty, cloudy or opaque eye can be seen. There is a loss of reflex sections can be seen. Intraocular tension of the eye falls to 10 to 30 mmHg. Eyeballs become flaccid and sinking can be seen in the orbit section. Blood flow in the retina becomes dotted, which I have mentioned earlier. It becomes railway line crossing types of blood sections that can be seen in the eye. That is also can be called by the name as petechial hemorrhage or fragmentation of the eye. So the dilated people can be seen where the rigor mortis portion basically starts. Rigor mortis starts from the eyes only, where the stiffening of the muscles can be seen from the eye section that starts from the Nyston law, that is from 12 to 12. Brownish discoloration of sclera can be seen. The eye portion becomes brownish due to the collection of debris and dust. Tachyneure conditions can be seen. Basically, tachyneure condition is a small type of blood droplets can be seen on the feet portion or different parts of the body. Changes in the skin. What are the changes in the skin can be seen? So mainly pale and ashy white appearance can be seen. Elasticity level mainly falls. So our body become completely relaxed and our tissues become flaccid kind of conditions. Wounds that are present, if any kind of injury took place after that, they will found a wound in which the deposition of the uh, insects can be seen. Wound that caused during life will retain their characteristic features. Mainly, basically, we can say that post-mortem antevortem wounds we can differentiate by seeing the skin. So from that, we can get an idea how the person has died, whether any injuries took place before or after the person died. Cooling of the body. Cooling of the body, that is mainly called as algor mortis, that took place because of the conduction, convection, reflection of the body takes place when it comes in the contact with the soil portion or whether the body found dead on the water portion. So conduction, convection and radiation took place where the temperature of the body falls down. The temperature of the rate of cooling is mainly fast in the few hours when person dies and later falls slowly. So we can take the measure of the temperature through rectal temperatures. Means from the rectum section, we can identify the temperature of the body and we can differentiate the time since death, or we can usually get an idea about time since death, how long the person has died. So there is some one formula that we usually follow for taking out the temperature of the body, that is normal temperature minus rectal temperature and rate of temperature fall per hour. The rate of temperature which falls per hour is 0.6 per hour, and normal temperature, which we already know, 98 or 99, and rectal temperature 96.5. And from that we can get an approximate, or you can say that an idea about time since there. So it mainly variation can be seen in the body temperature because of the condition septicemia or any kind of drug induced body can be seen or can be found on the crime scene investigations where the body has found to be dead. So there are few features which can be seen in causing postmortem caloricity. Postmortem caloricity means the temperature of the body mainly rises by 2 to 3 degrees centigrade after that. Earlier I have mentioned that yes, the temperature of the body falls, but yes, after, if the body is found in the sun portion or in the soil portion and it is having an pneumonia, typhoid fever kind of conditions, so the temperature of the body rises to 2 to 3 degrees centigrade if it comes in contact with the soil portion and the body is having typhoid fever or any kind of septicemia infection. So the rate of cooling of the body basically depends on few conditions: the mode of the death, surroundings, environmental temperature, the conditions of the body, and age. So basically these are the features that affect the cooling of the body. Postmortem lividity. Postmortem lividity mainly helps in the forensic investigators to identify the postmortem staining of the body that starts from 1 to 3 hours. From that, we can get an idea about whether the body has been moved or the death took place at the same portion of the body where the body lies, because the postmortem lividity changes if it is not fixed completely. Fixation do not took place, so the liver mortis mainly changes and we can get an idea about yes, the body has been moved from this part to another part, or yes, the body has been died only at this part of the uh, crime scene. So the fixation site of distributions pattern mainly depend upon the bruise conditions or how the body has come in contact with the gravity. Medical legal importance, which I have already mentioned you, key it helps in identifying the time since death. The color suggests the cause of the body. Means basically, if purplish discoloration can be seen or any vibrations can be seen where the any discoloration is found in the body, can help in identifying the portion, identifying the movement of the body. Or manner of the death can be seen whether any antemortem or postmortem wound causes the death of the body. Muscles, changes in the muscles can be seen like primary flexion, or that is called as flaccidity, rigor mortis, cadaveric rigidity, where all the body parts become stiffened, secondary relaxation. Primary relaxations basically start immediately after the death, where lower jaws falls, eyeballs loses their ocular tension pressure, pupils become dilated, joints become flabby, smooth relaxation of the muscles can be seen, and urine and feces portion also becomes so dilated. If any asphyxia case can be seen, so urine and feces can be found in help in distinguishing strangulation with the asphyxia or in hanging condition. Cadaveric rigidity or rigor mortis basically can, I've told you, it's a stiffening of the body that is caused by myosin or drop of level of actomyosin level to 30, and the actin and myosin that helps in building up the muscles of the body. So the differentiation between the myosin and actin also helps in causing rigor mortis or cadaveric rigidity. That is, starts from temperature climate basically 3 to 6 hours, tropical climates 1 to 2 hours. When rigor mortis generally occurs when body is in cold and the nerve condition is mainly does not depend upon this. Rigor mortis will take place if the body is dead and if the body is drug induced, so the rigor mortis can be fastened. Then age rigor mortis very like, if any kind of you can say that rigor mortis can also be seen in the baby also, or an infant. Even the baby is died earlier than 6 week, so basically it can be seen in the body, sorry, in the infant portion of the body, infant, sorry, not of the body, infant, when it is in the womb and it is dead. Conditions that stimulate rigor mortis is heat stiffening, cold stiffening, cadaveric spasm. Heat stiffening when body is at a temperature above than 95 degrees centigrade, so 45 degrees centigrade, heat stiffening takes place, or cold stiffening basically when the temperature falls at a lowest level, or cadaveric spasm where when the it is the last action of the body. If body has hold something in his hands, when it shows the last activity of the body, that is also causes rigor mortis when folding of the hands, legs, or anything takes place, that indicates clearly the last action of the body. Late signs of death can be seen as decomposition takes place, adipose shear formation takes place, and mummification takes place. That is the late signs of death. Putrefaction takes place usually. It is autolysis where rise in the enzyme level in the tissues takes place, softening and basically liquefaction of the body tissues can be seen, and attack of the bacteria can be seen. Well, shy bacteria, which helps in the putrefaction or decomposition of the body, it basically starts at 3 to 4 hours after that and continues to 2 to 3 days. So basically, which I have mentioned, the carbohydrates and fat proteins, bacterial enzymes can be seen, and bacterial growth can be seen. Clostridium velsai, Streptococcus, E. coli, B. proteus, these are the bacteria that completely helps in the putrefaction of the body. Greenish discoloration is the first sign of that can be seen in the body, and this is the first sign of the putrefaction that can be seen in the cecum portion above the right iliac fossa of the body, where greenish and black discoloration can be seen, that is caused by Clostridium welshi bacteria, that causes self-metabohemoglobin, that is caused by H2S hydrogen sulfide due to microorganism that can be seen in the large intestine portion. It is basically found in the seasonal variation in summer and delay in the winter conditions. Now, discoloration also seen in the genital, chest, neck, face, arms, and legs conditions, and also from decomposed blood can be seen. The time is less, so I have to move fast. So, what are the gases that are involved in putrefaction, and also it causes basically the it is responsible for causing a very kind of, you can say, putamen, which helps a dog, potamen kind of enzymes that helps a dog in identifying any kind of body is found on this, inside the soil portion or above the soil portion. So gases, also hydrogen sulfide, these are released when the body died, and it is under the putrefaction portion. Okay, madam, thank you. So exert more gases accumulation and body floats, as have you seen that when body is underwater, or you can say in the soil portion, there is a gases accumulation takes place and the stomach portion becomes so bulky. It is due to the reason that hydrogen sulfide or ammonia, CO2, and methane gases are present inside our body, that is present in the form of gases of putrefaction. Pressure effects of putrefactive gases, mainly how these putrefactive gases, mainly what happened, these putrefactive gases helps in diaphragm pushing it upwards, causing discoloration of the fluids, and causing these gases produces froth or blotting, which I have earlier mentioned, shifting of the area of hypostasis, that is postmortem lividity, changes in the skin, hair, and wound portion can be seen, or changes in the appearance of genitals. Basically, what happened, the genital also become very bulky and heavy, and emptying portion of the heart, extrusion of fluid can be seen from the mouth and nose in the form of froth. Now, what happened? The maggots I have earlier mentioned, if there any wound or wound is present or not present, but the maggots, that is mainly comes under the portion of forensic entomology. And as I have not mentioned, forensic science is a mixture of many sciences. So basically, if I say maggots formation takes place during the body when body dies, it helps in identifying time since death of the body, because maggots mainly attack the body after 24 to 36 hours. Means if the complete formation of megots takes place into 7 to 8 days, and it is converted into adult fly. Then we can take an idea regarding the time since death of the body. And the portion where the megots mainly attack is the wound portion, or the portion mainly where the hole can be seen, and that is directly connected into inside the body, where they can take the nutrition and nourishment inside the decomposed body. What are the other signs that can be seen? Fall of the sutures, separation of sutures can be seen, curative putrefaction can be seen, that is mainly takes place between 7 to 14 days, adipose shear formation, mummification, these kinds of things can be seen. Internally, what happened? Dark red patches can be seen, or putrefaction due to autolysis can be seen. Liver becomes foamy liver or honeycomb liver because of the action of the bacteria. The liver size basically becomes honeycomb type portion, mean honeycomb, or foamy liver can be seen. The putrefaction takes place from 48 hours, and later it lasts 2 to 3 weeks, where all the heart, lungs, kidney portion one by one start decomposing. Factors that helps in modifying putrefaction. Putrefaction, for taking putrefaction, the temperature should begins at 10 degrees centigrade and occurs rapidly till 37 degrees centigrade. Bacterial growth is very important in causing putrefaction. Moisture also helps in multiplying the putrefaction process, mainly if you can say that key body is found in the air, soil, or water portion. Then if 1 week is there in air, 2 weeks in water, complete putrefaction takes place. This is mainly where the putrefaction takes place in sequence. It is first, means in air the putrefaction takes place very fast, in takes place 2 weeks in water, and Casper dictum kind of conditions which we call, where the putrefaction sequences can be seen. 8 weeks it take place when it is buried inside, means subsay, means we can say that 8 weeks. 8 weeks means the highest putrefaction time takes place when the body is buried inside the soil. Internal factors can be seen like age and condition of the body, sex of the body. So putrefaction mainly varies according to these features, which can be seen. Now next is adipose shear. What is adipose shear? Mainly you can say hydrolyzation of the fatty tissues or fatty things takes place. So that is called as putrefaction. And what happened? The fatty acid mainly that is our body is composed of fatty acid, and it is converted into oleic acid, that is called as adipose shear. And adipose shear is basically forms on the fatty tissues, means on the fatty part of the body, like on the breast portion, on the hip portion, on thighs portion. This adipose shear takes place. It helps in identifying the cause of body, time since death, place of death, and identity of the body, means whether it is female or male. Because if female body is there, then the adipose shear can be seen in higher extent. Mummification is completely, you can say that the body parts when completely transformed into brown mass, it is called as mummification, where complete dehydration of the body can be seen. And this takes place in between 3 months to 1 to 2 years, where completely body becomes into skeleton portion, that is called as mummification. It helps in identifying the cooling of the body, post-mortem lividity, rigor mortis, decomposition changes. Content of the stomach and bowel portion, means completely the entire body comes under dehydrated stage, and biochemical changes can be seen, and complete cessation of the body into dehydrated stage, and a complete skeletonized body can be seen in mummification. And that is the last thing that happens in the post-mortem changes of the body. Thank you. If anybody is having any questions, so you can ask. 1 minute, there is some network issue. Let me be